Fantastic, lovely. Right, brilliant. My poem today is a poem about someone I met in Edinburgh and the time we had together in the festival. Give me a whoop if you've been to the festival before. Great. So you know, so everybody's come loose, everyone's having a few drinks, everyone's a little bit happy, and crazy stuff happens. And this poem is all about that. It is unimaginatively called Edinburgh. Let's move in together. When all this is over, let's move in together. Go on, she said, whatever the weather, under one roof, we're together forever. Well, we were midway through a play of mine and she worked backstage. A month-long run, only 2 weeks of bin, but she's asking me to move in. And there was a portion of the play where my character was away, so I'd hang out backstage and she would be there too. Fancy some of my crisps, she said, which led to chit-chat about this and that was how it started. Each day I'd bring food or something fun. She'd show me drawings that she'd done of the city or shitty bars she worked in. She even drew me from memory, she said, hauling my weary self out of bed and sitting on the side, head in hands, furiously making plans about how not to go broke and how to keep the show afloat. Each day, backstage, we'd have 20 minutes alone where we'd celebrate the good reviews, or if they were shit, she'd play me ukulele blues and I would have to choose between going on stage and missing my cues or chatting with her longer. She'd talk and I'd listen. She said something in her life was missing, that somewhere between the education and the training she found herself flailing for something she wanted to do. She called it a mid-20s crisis, and so she quit her job, packed up the lot and went to the Edinburgh Festival. And afterwards, she was just going to stay. Needless to say, I was captivated, I was utterly drawn in, and so that day she would begin looking for a nest or a hovel or a squat which would not be like anyone else's. This is a place where the bullshit we were fed would be slowly bled out of us. No more goals to reach before 33, and no more obsession with a blank CV, no more jobs so shit as to defy belief, scrimping and saving to gain relief from London bloody town with a week-long trip to Tenerife, fuck that. While the rest of the world toiled on with the daily grind, we would be blissfully left behind, needing nothing but a tin of beans and a mattress, placed perfectly under a high Edinburgh ceiling where the walls are cracked and peeling, and we would lie just stealing time. Us lovers embracing under covers, whispering in the blistering cold. No thought of futures or growing old. We'd take the GCSEs and the degrees we were told would be the most important things we'd hold, then they'll be using them as bog roll. Or possibly to stop a leak, which would crop up by the week in a house fueled by beans, sex, rum and no regular income. In winter or summer I'd write and she'd draw on the walls or on the floor, and I'd litter every door with beautifully flowing verse. Our only curse would have been that this will remain unseen by the wider world. It would all just drift slowly by. Her painting the sea and me dotting an I. Eventually the world would stop noticing. They'd stop calling. Hurt by the appalling fact that none of us had a phone, or that neither of us had known the result of some election or some celebrity's imperfection. This was it. Viva la revolution, my two-person solution to life and the pollution of rat races and shit bosses. Tossers on buses spitting cusses from mouths full of WKD and KFC. No more for me, I was gone. Me and her disappearing, hiding away from the day-to-day. All those problems like bills, food and cleaning would become utterly devoid of meaning. All those questions we've been programmed to ask. Am I aging too fast? Is life skipping past? When did I last laugh at something? Has my boss noticed me? Will I get that promotion? Does he have even the slightest notion of just how many extra hours I've worked this week? Have I reached my peak? You could all be downhill, I could go under a bus tomorrow. And if I did, who would show sorrow at my wake? Would my peers shed tears out of genuine grief for their own sake? Do I talk too much? Do I make enough money? Should I live in a place that's a little more sunny? Am I employable? Is my life enjoyable? Am I really a quarter of the way to dying? Don't mention the pension or I'll start crying. Why do I spend my life sighing my way through an 8-hour shift? This all seems pretty shit. Is this really it? And we go, no. Fuck that. So much more to life, and it starts in a flat shared by 2 people. At least that was the plan. That was the idea. I couldn't see a problem, but before the run was done, life had begun creeping up on me again. She came in as I had my agent on the phone and heard nothing but my greed as I agreed to go back, get my life back on track, pick up the slack and start paying back what I owe for the show. Said I was sorry, but that we were too young. At 23, we'd barely begun to see what life had to offer, and I proffered that hiding away wouldn't work. That avoiding the fears of a world we hate is a waste of the years that could have been great. I told her I was off in the morning. I still recall the sting of the ring that she held in place as she vented her rage and swung